Alright, hi guys, happy Monday, finally, happy Monday. So, alright, continued education with the Ouija Bootcamp. You guys are more than welcome to follow through this second course. I did put a little donation thing on my public page, just in case you guys, it's not a must, so just in case you guys want to keep the continued learning going. Right now I am in the process of doing a Ouija workbook, just like you would do, like in preschool, all that good stuff, only Ouija workbook for adults. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a pretty good thing. You're going to be able to plan your sessions, just all of that good stuff. It'll have tips and tricks, and not tricks, but tips and advice, and just all that good stuff on there. So I think it's going to be a really, really good thing for you guys. So 2 spots left. I didn't realize that Ouija Bootcamp doesn't start until like the next week, the next Sunday or Tuesday. So we're really ahead of ourselves right now. So the first assignment I did give you very early. Sorry. So, okay. So basically what I want you to do is, on Patreon, that is where all my posts will be. So everybody that joined Ouija Bootcamp, the last one, is still on Patreon, and it's still it's still happening. Everybody's still learning, which is good. So I'm very happy for that. So continued education is good, a very good thing. Okay, so I'm trying to make this like very understandable. So when I said to date your papers for the assignment, basically just shorten up your essay. So, for instance, that was your first shadow work. So that would be, was it the meditation? I don't know what I gave you. Oh, the fears. So yeah, then we'll learn how to turn those fears. If you have any kind of fears of not being able to use it, fears of, not getting any communication by yourself, take those fears, and then you can do a sigil. Take it, write down your request, shorten it up, big time, shorten that thing up big time, and then create a sigil out of it. And I know, Nick, you are, I knew you would get the hang of it like that, so I'm completely impressed that we are in the same book. We're actually in the same book, which is great. So I really like that. Sorry, my allergies are terrible. So sigils, like I said, I will show you for instance, if I can find it. Alright, so fear. I showed you guys that one. So fear, you would take F-E-A-R, and then you would cross out the vowels and the repeating letters, and you have F-R, and then you can go back down here and you can create your F and your R together. So that would be your sigil. So you're creating something beautiful, alchemical, out of fear. And then I just kind of went around with numerology. So, and then all adds up to the number 6. So you can do the numerology if you want, but just create your sigil. Create your sigil. Why am I turning colors? There we go. I'm not turning colors anymore. So yes, that's the sigil magic part of the Ouija work. So it's very, very interesting to shadow work. So you will be getting a bottle of my Mr. Ouija's manifestation oil, and you will get Ouija pop oil, and you will get a bunch of other stuff. You picked out some pretty nice. You have good taste. You picked out some pretty rad pendants and pyramids, and I do have that one left. I'll have to swap out the squared pendant for the oval pendant. So it's just, I think it's amazing, and it's great that you already know quite a bit. So literally what I do is it's trance channeling. So put yourself in the situation of you're doing your grandmother, which is great. So that just, that gives you a better, a better head start. So you had a very close relationship with your grandma. I still have one with mine, and it's just really cool how it just continues through. It doesn't, death is not the end. It's just the beginning of something new. And so that's how, I work with my grandma. Trance channeling, that is when if you put your hands on the board and you'll feel it. You'll feel some kind of something in your fingers, in your hands. You might feel tingling, you might feel chills, you might get a cold breeze. There's so many different things that can happen. So if you put your hands on the board and you hear, only if you hear, then you move the planchette to a letter. If you hear your grandma say, hey, the planchette should be on the letter H, then you move it. So that gets the ball rolling, and then that really gets you into trance channeling. Don't trance out too much in the beginning. I did in the beginning, but now I can control the trance, and I don't really like get funky, and this is bugging me. So I don't really get funky, like those small blackouts where I don't remember my Ouija session again. I can remember my Ouija sessions now, so it's really, we're reprogramming our brains. So there's neuroscience fact behind this. So the ideomotor effect, that is a big part of Ouija. It's needed. That's why the spirits need all 5 senses of ours, so that they can come through the board, match up with our vibration. So that's the first thing you really, really want to do. Start out with meditation. Meditate. So the heart breath meditation. Lots of people, and this is bugging me. Lots of people want to claim that they have created the heart breath meditation. The heart breath meditation comes from Egypt, ancient Egypt, and it's through all cultures. It's everywhere. So not one person. It has, you can't copyright a meditation. So that's why that was in my book, the Ouija book, Ouija Pop. So that's what you really, really want to start out with. And if you're familiar with it at all, I think you are. So first you're working on your fears, if you have any. So, and then that's your first assignment. So just a short essay, and then just send it to me via email. I like how you screenshot everything and you just put it, you send it through Messenger, which is good. I like that. The one-on-one interaction between us that's the good part. So for that is your first assignment. You have a while to do it. You don't have to get that done until it actually fully starts. What is going on? So yeah, you don't have to get that done right away. There we go. You can whenever you feel like it. So it's not like, you have to do it now, or you have to get it done by the end of today. You have until next Tuesday to get that done. So I'm like completely ahead of myself, which is really good for a change. Very good for a change. So yes, focus on the fears. Some people are actually fearful of having communications, real communications. Some people are actually fearful of being happy. So those are real fears. So a fear can be something like the fear of being happy. That's very odd, isn't it? I think that's odd. I feared being happy for a long time. Didn't know it. Now I know it. Now I'm happy. So it's very different. Psychology is so difficult. So for the heart breath meditation, that is what I really want you to practice, because meditation raises our vibrations, and we have to raise our vibrations so that our guides, which your grandma, roses. What is the connection with the roses and your grandma? Roses and balloons. Red balloons or white balloons or pink? Pink, red, and white. And carnations. Carnations I see. I smell the roses, but I see the carnations and I see the balloons. I don't know what that means to you, Nick, or anybody watching. What did she tell you? She told you something. She told you something before she had went on to her new life. Yes, I will say new life. I don't want to use the word death. I don't like it. I don't want to use the word deceased. I don't like it. I don't want to use dead person. Don't like it. So, she moved on to her new life. I think that's a lot. It sounds better. instead of saying, well, that person just kind of peaced out and croaked. It's kind of rude, I think. I've used that too, and I'm very sorry to any spirits that get pissed off at me. So, meditation. Meditation, meditation, meditation. That is why I do what I do. That is the only reason I get the results that I do. And when I hear my grandma in my mind, if she says, planchette needs to go somewhere, it goes somewhere. So, that eventually gets, it's the snowball effect. It eventually just gets, you get your communications that way. Reenactment. You totally understood the reenactment. I loved that. Thought it was incredible. I don't know if you guys can see that, my third eye, but it looks like it's glowing. It's very strange. I know there's no makeup there. Well, besides foundation and powder. Huh. Okay, maybe it's just my eyes. So for the heart breath meditation, what you want to do? Okay, fully relax. Do you know the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram? If not, we'll get into that. If so, good. So first, the relaxation ritual. We're going to start with relaxing our body. So, we are going to breathe. Breathe through the abdomen. We learn not to breathe through the abdomen and breathe through the chest as we get older. Babies are a very good example of breathing through the abdomen. They breathe through the abdomen. Therefore, we get more oxygen into the brain. It opens up even more channels in the brain. Make sure everything's working properly. Proper blood flow throughout the body. That really helps with the cardiovascular system. Everything. Your blood cells. Everything. So breathing techniques are just very, very important. So for your heart breath. But first, you want to relax. So you're going to face east. That's my east. That's my west. So you guys are on my west. So it's really odd that I have Isis's naos, which is her holy of holies, where I keep her actual little tiny piece of divinity in that box, in my, her shrine box. And I just think it's really cool that, you guys are always in the east, so I'm always doing something in the east. Wait, no, west. That's west, that's east. So, start with your east. So you're going to turn to the east. If you have an altar, face your altar first, hands down to your side, and just relax. Just do all kinds of stuff to relax, and just tighten your muscles up and relax, and just there. My whole upper body is relaxed. No, it's not. Okay. Now, facing east, hands down to the side. You're going to breathe. First, you're going to imagine a big, giant, yellow ball of energy coming up from the earth into both of your feet. It's going to go up your legs, all the way up to your abdomen, all the way up to your chest, all the way up to your neck, all the way through your head, all the way up to the very top of your head. And then it disappears. It goes way back out into the cosmos. That ball of energy, let that relax every part of your body. Have you seen Fight Club? I'm sure you have. Relax the sphincters. It's true. It's very true. When we are tense, when we're anxious, we tighten up our butt cheeks. It's normal. It makes your voice go higher too. For singers, that's how they get really high notes. Guys, they clench the butt cheeks. It's true. So, get relaxed. And then, for the heart breath, once you've done that, you have let the ball of energy come up through your whole body. You are completely relaxed. You feel good. You're ready to go. Okay, now, the heart breath meditation. So, you're gonna really get down into the abdomen. Take your first breath in through the nose. You're taking in sky energy. And right here is your heart center. So, focus on this area. Your next in-breath, bring in earth energy through your legs. The next breath, do it simultaneously, bringing in sky energy and earth energy right into the center. See a ball of, mine is usually a yellow golden yellow hue, and it radiates. It starts to really radiate. It gets really big. It grows, it grows, it grows. Okay, now, so the heart breath. I went through that. So keep doing that. Keep doing that. And then visualize and really kind of focus on, and jot this down in your journal. You don't have to send this to me, but this is for your own records. Jot that down in your journal and focus on this area. See it. See it like a ball. See earth and sky coming together, mixing together. And then see yourself from your heart pouring love, your own love, into that center. That's a complete heart breath. It's just a circulatory breath. Calms you down. It centers you, and it raises your vibration as well. So that's what you want to do to raise your vibration, and you really want to focus on that during meditation. You want to do that. For me, it becomes second nature now. So also, alpha brainwaves is what we want. That leads to channeling. That opens up our minds. For me personally, I take L-theanine. That is found in green tea, occurring naturally in green tea. And you can actually get it as a supplement, because I know our bodies don't produce enough of it. It's L-theanine, 200 milligrams by Nature's Trove, which is a very, very good, all natural, nothing bad, doesn't hurt you, it helps you focus, and it calms the brain, but it gives you a sense of well-being. I swear by this stuff, I swear by it. So that's what I would do. I'm not saying, go out and get L-theanine, but just try to focus on yourself, how you feel. The heart breath meditation, really get into the meditation, focus on it. Always, and I've been taught by Mr. Mothman taught me this. I think it was channeled from my grandma. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think it was his guides or my grandma that he channeled this through the board. What was it? Okay, write your petition out. If you can see, I have papers hanging. Well, they're kind of like, I have deer antlers in the back of my altar. So I have that. I have petition papers between those. So all you have to do is write out to your guides, to God, Spirit, Source, Goddess, whatever you believe in. I know you're very into Baphomet, which I love. I love Baphomet. Amazing. Do that. Incorporate. Create. Do that. Incorporate anything that's going to make you feel good, make you feel better. You have got to program your brain so that it knows. When you bring the Ouija out, you want it to be a trigger. You want it to trigger something in your brain so that you raise your consciousness and you channel. So it's easier said. It's easier to speak and say all this than it is. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It sounds more complicated than it is. So, you will be getting a copy of Ouija Pop. This has everything that I personally know about the Ouija, all of my techniques, and then in the very back of the book it gives you other techniques, other just spells and rituals that I've used in conjunction with the board or have channeled from the board. So, it's pretty cool. So I thought it was pretty cool, but it's my book, so anyways, yes, do that, focus on your heart breath meditation, focus on the relaxation ritual, and then focus on really understanding or putting yourself in your grandma's shoes. Why is my light flickering? I don't know, it's about time for a new cooling pad. So yes, so if you can, say you get on the board right now and talk to her. She says something to you. Do you have anybody that you can go back and say, hey, Grandma said this. How accurate is this? So I have my mom, and she was very close, and I was very close with my grandma, so I know what she would say. Half the time it's just channeled, she pops up into my ear all the time. So I can go to my mom, I can go to somebody in my family and ask, my grandpa especially, Ganny, I call her Ganny, but everybody has nicknamed her V, so we go by V now. I think that's really cool. So do you have anybody that you can do that with? That is really why people say to have two people using the board, which I don't agree with. All it is a circuit connection with the male and the female energies. So it's an alchemical process. You're mixing your energy with the female, or the male with that. So when you really start to focus on yourself, and you really start to meditate, and you bring out, you've got to recognize your feminine side, the divine goddess within you, as well as the divine masculine. So there's the divine feminine and the divine masculine within all of us. What pops out the most in me? Obviously the divine feminine. So some days the divine masculine is more dominant. So yeah, it's a very cool thing to do. And how I told you to, like day, time, how you're feeling, the mood, weather conditions, take all that into consideration, because that all affects how you get messages to the board. So are you feeling bad? Do you have a headache? Are you hungry? Literally, do you have to go to the restroom? Take all that into consideration. And then write all your thoughts down. Really write all your thoughts down. Just meditate on your grandma. Meditate. I can't stress that enough. That is the most important thing that you can possibly do, is meditate. Damn it. Excuse me. So yes. What else? And then I'm working on your board. I got really angry, and I just slapped the black on the board. But then this came to me last night. So, this is what came to me last night. I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I puffed on my wax, and so it's got a shimmer to it. I do have silver. So what I'm gonna do, it will be, this is my kind of like a faded background. I want to get that to fade just a little bit more, so I might go over it with, I don't know, but everything will be all on there. Yes, no, I will incorporate more inverted pentagrams for you. That's energy being drawn down for us to use. So that is what that represents, and there's Baphomet. So I will do a little more to him, and you can see how he changes colors too. So it's kind of holographic in a way. So it's like a pink and then a very red. So he looks very angry there. She. Kind of spooky looking. But yes, I will definitely. Ooh, and this reminds me of The Ring. With the girl that comes out of the TV. Fuck that. So yeah, that's, I will definitely be working on this. And if not, I will send you the Inspired by Witchboard, or Witchboard 1986 movie board. So you might get two. I think I can do it. I think I can really get good with this. So I'm very happy with that. Very happy that it turned out the way it did. I was just doing it in just a very creative atmosphere last night. It was very peaceful. It was very calm and nice, and I just loved it. I love to create for you guys. I love connecting. The one-on-one communication is great, and that's, this is how Ouija should be. When you're being taught Ouija, So we will have our own private sessions together. We will have, yes, previous Ouija Bootcamp students. Yes, if you guys want to continue to be in this group, you don't have to pay. You don't have to. If you want to, you can donate. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I ask, so I can continue to, basically for postage reasons. Allergies suck today. It is terrible. It is so humid. Okay. And then, so yes, that is basically what I want you to start with. So, I will send you a copy of my book, Ouija Pop. So we have got to, we're going to cover the history of the Ouija. We're going to cover, the superstitions and all that good stuff that comes along with the Ouija. So I'm very excited for this. I know that you are going to do great. Everybody did great. Everybody really did great in the last one. And I love seeing people share my videos of me signing your certificates. I love it when people, post it to another person's thing. I do see that, guys, and I don't say anything because it's very humbling. It's very cute, it's very sweet, and I appreciate it. I really do. Or like your caption is, "Here's our favorite guy," and that just it brings me such a sense of warmth, and just it makes me feel worthy of what I do and my art and my craft and all of this and channeling, and it really, really helps, and it's very humbling. That's all I gotta say. So, yes, you will be receiving quite a few things. We went over that last night. I take it you're a night owl. I am a morning person, but I am very active during the night, so I think it's very cool. Very active during the night, very active during the morning. So, if I wake up and you're offline and I send you messages, it's because it's channeled. I'm hearing what my grandma tells me to tell you. It's a relay. I relay the messages to you. So yeah, it's just really fun. It's going to be an amazing time. So yeah, I'm just very excited. Very excited for you to get the copy of the book. I'm very excited to see what your essay is, and it's just amazing. Luis, I need your essay, please. Lupe, I need your essay, please. Rosemary's the only one. Matt, I need your essay. Rosemary's the only one that has sent in there, or Christopher, I need your essay. Everybody has sent in their essay. Well, the only person that has is Rosemary. So I just need a brief summary, a full page. Brief summary, a full page. Rosemary, yours was amazing. Yours was really amazing. So I'm very, very, very happy about what you've learned with the board. And I'm just completely ecstatic. So it's very exciting. Very exciting. So yes. That is pretty much all for today. No, not yet. No, it's not. So I want to tell you a little bit about meditation. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you have a copy of Modern Magic by Donald Michael Craig, then that is all the better. So true meditation. What is true meditation? Do you know? Do you truly meditate, or do you not? Let me find this real quick. I will. Crap. So yes, true meditation is amazing. True meditation is when you don't feel anything, you feel bliss. You feel bliss, you feel, basically you don't feel anything. You do, but that's all you feel is bliss. Alright. So I will do this for you really quick. Oh, if I can find it. Where'd it go? True meditation. I'm trying to find that for you real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So here's just a brief summary about true meditation. And it's very good. This book, it's helped me so much. It's incredible. So, okay. So, and this is suggested to be a daily practice. I got up too early today, guys. Okay, so in recent years there has been quite a furor concerning how to meditate and the benefits you can obtain from the practice of meditation. There have been many books which have seen print over the last 15 years or so with titles such as How to Meditate or 101 Ways to Meditate or something similar. Most of these books have good points and bad points, beginning with trying to define exactly what meditation is. So without a definition of meditation you can hardly be taught how to do it. So one group of authors tries to equate meditation with contemplation or concentration. That's not it. This is probably because A, their teachers didn't know any better, B, they didn't know any better, or C, they simply looked up the meaning of the word meditation in a dictionary. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, most English dictionaries will define meditation as some form of contemplation. The two words are seemingly almost synonyms. Thus, those teachers who equate meditation with contemplation would have you simply look at an object, listen to a sound, or contemplate a thought and call it meditation, and it's not. So this is vital right here. Vital important information for meditation. So, meditation as it really exists is derived from an Eastern idea based not on contemplation but silence, complete silence. So, the silence of the mind. In the book Meditation in the Bible, somebody, I don't know their name, clearly shows that similar techniques were used by the ancient Hebrew mystics and prophets. Unfortunately, most of the ancient Hebrew techniques have been long lost along with the writings of the Merkabah mystics. But here is the basic theory behind meditation. So, try for a second to rid your mind of all thoughts, to make it perfectly quiet, unless you know what real meditation is, and if practice it, it is inevitable that you will fail at this. Seemingly a simple request. A voice will run through your head saying such thing as, "There, am I quiet now?" or "Am I doing this right?" or "How long do I have to keep this up?" In true meditation, the goal is to silence that inner voice. So in another lesson, we will learn to do that our unconscious or subconscious are direct link to divinity, to God. So since by definition God must be all knowledgeable, otherwise something else could be greater than God. If there is something greater than God, then that greater thing must be the true God. And what we have been calling God is only a false God or a subordinate God, deity, a sub-deity. So our subconscious must have a link to all knowledge, to the secret wisdom of the universe, to enlightenment. And that's very true when we tap into the Akashic records. So, alright, but that little voice which constantly is speaking in our head usually shuts out even the smaller voice of our subconscious. One of the things which can occur is in our dreams is that our subconsciousness speaks to us through symbols, which are sometimes difficult to understand. In true meditation, our subconscious can speak to our conscious directly, sharing its wisdom. So, make sense? I hope it makes sense for you. Okay, what follows is a method for true meditation. There are other well-publicized schools of meditation, which charge over $100 to teach you a technique for meditation. Wow, that's a lot of money just to try to teach someone to meditate. Some of these schools brag about their techniques result in lower blood pressure and increased IQs. This bragging is absurd. I love this guy. I love his open, honest answers. So, any form of relaxation, such as the relaxation ritual, the ball of energy coming up through your feet to the top of your head, is the relaxation ritual, will result in lower blood pressure. Also, the same social scientists who used to say a person's IQ did not change over a lifetime are now they're now teaching classes in how to raise your IQ through study and concentration. So yes, you will be able to retain more information and remember it. So you will be able to regress that information at will, hopefully. So, okay, although true meditation will have the effect of increasing one IQ and lowering blood pressure, these are merely additional side benefits. The true benefit of real meditation is the experience of oneness with divinity. You want to feel nothing. You want to feel one and connected with God, Goddess, Spirit, Source. So, the form of white magic known as enlightenment or cosmic consciousness. Very interesting. So true meditation has 3 steps. 1, relaxation. So the purpose of this step is to get rid of any physical tension or pain. So the physical body will not get in the way of the next steps. So yes, when you're trying to meditate and you start to twitch, it's your body trying to let you know that. It's your mind letting your body know that, hey, you're alive. So 2, contemplation. The purpose of this step is to completely unite your consciousness with a sound, object, idea, drawing, etc. Notice that relaxation and contemplation are both parts of true meditation, but do not constitute the whole. So 3, negation. In this step is usually left out of lessons on how to meditate. You eliminate from your mind all consciousness of what you have been contemplating. Since your consciousness has become united with what you have been contemplating, your consciousness also leaves when you get rid of the object of your contemplation. The result is a state wherein your consciousness is not blocking the already existent link between you and the divine. This is white magic, the state of true bliss, and is the ultimate and only goal of true meditation, to get yourself in that state of bliss. And I can think of a few things that make you fall into that state of bliss. You completely understand what I'm saying, so utilize that. So, okay, unless you try it and achieve it, the true meditative state, no words can fully explain it. It is beyond conscious communication of thought. That's very true. I can't explain what it feels like. It feels almost like you're in I don't know. It just feels amazing. It feels better than any kind of drug you could ever possibly do. I could equate it with, I don't know. I don't remember what kind of drugs I've done in my past. Ecstasy. Only you're not aware of your body, but you know you're there. Your consciousness resides, but you're completely engulfed in the bliss of divinity, of source, which is incredible. I love that feeling. Do you guys know that you can train your mind to have a trip, to experience any kind of drug that you want? It's true. Science is backing that up and showing us that it's working. So, alright. Okay, in the following form of meditation, you will be focusing on a familiar object. Some traditional books would have you meditate on the tattva symbols, specially colored geometric figures including triangles, squares, and ovoid shapes, which represent the elements. Well, this is fine for cultures where visual stimulation is not as complex as in Western film and television-loving cultures. So this person says, I have found through research done during my classes that Westerners often need something different, something more visually complex. Very true. Very true. Alright. A technique of true meditation. Step 1. Perform the relaxation ritual, and that's where your orange ball of energy is going from your feet all the way up your body. Relax. Get comfy. So, alright. Do you know the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram? If not, I will blog that for you. So step 2, perform the lesser banishing of the ritual of the pentagram. Step 3, Shuffle the major arcana cards. Practice this for several weeks with cards 6, 7, 10, 13, 15, leave 18 out. And randomly select one card to use. This will be the object which you will use for the contemplation part of this technique. Step 4. If you feel the need, do the relaxation ritual again. Step 5. You're going to scan a card. So, scanning. This step works in a way similar in nature to the method by which a television produces a picture. In a picture tube is a device called an electron gun, which shoots electrons in a small single beam toward the screen, forming a scan line across the front of the tube. The beam from the electron gun then jumps back to just below the first line and repeats the process. If you look closely at the front of your set when it's on, you can see these lines. But you cannot see the lines being made because the process is done so fast that your eye cannot follow it. So it appears that you have a solid picture. So in this meditation technique, scanning is done this way. 1. Start by looking at the upper right-hand corner of your chosen card. 2. Look at a horizontal strip of the card about a ½ inch from top to bottom. Move your vision from right to left across the width of the card. Thus, you should have a strip of the card in your mind composed of the uppermost ½ inch of the card. Okay, 3. Now return to the right-hand side of the card and scan across the card from right to left, covering another ½ inch, immediately below your previous scan. Very important. So, 4. Repeat this process until you have totally covered the card. So what you are doing is observing the card from top to bottom, a ½ inch at a time. Try to remember as much of each strip or scan as you can, but don't worry about perfection. You will get better with practice. So step 6, contemplation. In this step you will become fully involved with the object. Put simply, the technique is to reproduce the previous step of scanning, but within your own mind's eye. So you're going to do this over again, but just with your mind. Close your eyes and scan the card again. So, 1. Put down the card so that you can no longer see its face. 2. By memory, go through and visualize the entire scanning process. So, go one strip at a time until you have reproduced, to the best of your ability, the entire card in your imagination. The first time you do this, you may miss many things in colors, and perhaps you will only be able to recall and mentally create the outline of shapes that were on this card. So it is not important that you are completely accurate with your visualization, but your visualization abilities will improve with practice. This does not mean that it is, permissible to be lazy or, overly brief in the process. You must do the very best that you can. So it takes a lot of practice. So this step should take between 3 and 4 minutes, but if you wish, it may take longer. So, step 7. Negation. Negation 1. Starting again in the upper right-hand corner of the card, which you now have visualized through the scanning procedure. Take the topmost scan and, moving from right to left, erase the image. This is a descan. It makes it disappear. In your mind's eye, you should still see a card, but with its top ½ inch removed. 2. Return to the top right-hand corner of what is left of your visualized card and take off another strip. 3. Continue this descanning, erasing process until the entire card is gone from your mind. Duration for this this step is about 1.5 to 3 minutes maximum. So, step 8. The state of true meditation. At this point, a very interesting phenomenon will occur. Your consciousness, which has been caught up in the act of descanning the visualized card, will also be gone. So actually, it will only be silent. By the time the card is gone, your consciousness will be silent, and the monologue in your head will be stopped. This will give your subconscious a chance to speak to you and give you possibly important messages and information. So, I will definitely get that vlogged. And if you don't have a copy, I got this at a used bookstore online for like $2.99. Very good book. Very good book. So, hopefully that helps. Yes, I will be in constant contact with you. So, I have to go mail stuff out now. So, expect unexpected surprises, guys. So, I'm very happy about this. So, I have to, today I'm ordering, my Ouija pot book for, you guys. So, you guys will be getting your Ouija pot book. Sun blisters are horrible. Alright, so, that's just kind of in a nutshell what I want from you. So, this is kind of lesson 1. So this is just all lesson 1. Yesterday's video kind of goes into today's. So, I will be sending you a black obsidian harmonizer, and what that's going to do is going to help you to meditate. So, alright, we have a long ways to go. So, practice your meditation. Get familiar with your board. If you have one already, spell your name out. Talk to yourself through it. Really, talk to yourself. It's incredible. So, alright. My 2 female little figure candles came today, and they're very anatomically correct. So, they smell very well. Very good. So, yes. Yes, I do magic for people. Only one at a time, though. So, alright, guys. Mailing off your stuff, and I will talk to you all later. I hope you all have a great day, and yes, let me know what you guys think below. So I love you all with all my heart, all the way from Venus, all the way back down, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited for this again. So, alright guys, thank you all so much for everything that you do. You guys are so appreciated, and I love you all.